So this is my question for today. 144 students participated in 5th grade field day. If the students were placed into 12 equal teams for competition, how many students were on each team? So I know that there were 144 students who participated in the 5th grade field day. And I know that I need to I know that there are 12 equal teams. And I need to find out how many students were on each team. So this is equal parts. So I need to figure out how many equal groups can I make out of 144 students if there are 12 teams. So my equation is 144 divided by 12. So the first thing that I'm going to do just to help me solve this problem a little easier is I'm going to estimate. So I'm going to take 140 divided by 10 just to make it a little easier for me. And I know that my answer is 40 because 10 goes into 14 one time with a remainder of 4, and 10 goes into 40 4 times. So my answer is actually 14. Okay, so that is just an estimate. Now I am going to use my base 10 blocks to represent this problem. So I have 144, 110. I can flip this one. 120, 130, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144. So these units represent, or these base 10 blocks represent my 144 students. I know that I need to create 12 equal teams. So I know that if I have one flat, I am not able to make 12 groups with a flat in each group. So what I'm going to do is decompose my 100. And I will have, that's one group, two groups, three groups, four groups, five groups, six groups, seven groups, eight groups, nine groups, 10 groups. But I also have more 10s, so I can make 12 groups. So that's 11 groups, 12 groups. Now I have two 10s remaining. So I know I don't have enough 10s to put in each of the 12 groups. So I'm going to decompose my 10 and distribute one unit into each of my 12 groups until I do not have any more. Now I know that 10 does not equal 12, so I'm going to be too short. However, I do have units over here that are available. So I'm going to go ahead and take those and put them into the groups. Okay, and I have 2 units left, and then I have a 10 left, so I'm going to decompose that 10 and do the same thing. Distribute into my 12 groups. And so now I don't have any more base 10 blocks remaining. I have 12 groups, and in order to figure out how many students were on each team, I need to count the number of base 10 blocks that I have in each group. So I know that this is 10 plus 2 more, 11, 12. So my answer is 12. There are 12 students on each team. Okay, so this is a second strategy. I know that I have 144 students and they need to be placed into 12 equal teams. And I need to find out how many students were on each team. So I'm going to start by representing 12. I am decomposing into 110 and 2 ones, or 2 units. Okay, so I know that this is 12, and I know that I need to reach 144. So I'm going to put 100, 110, 120, 100, do this, 30, 140, because my goal is to make a perfect square. 141, 42, 43, 144. So, how do I find my answer? Well, what I have to do is count the first row. 10, 11, 12. So my answer is 12 students on each team. Okay, I have one more strategy, and this is the most meaningful strategy because it does help, or at least in my opinion. I do like this strategy better because it helps students understand place value, and they really see why their answer is, or why the quotient turns out to be what it is. So let's see. I am going to, oh, nope, I don't want to do that first. I'm going to go ahead and represent 12 because that's how many teams that I have. So I'm representing 12. And I know that 144 should be inside of my square. And I know that doesn't look amazing. Let's try this again. Okay. Here's my area model using base 10 blocks. Okay. So I have 100. And again, I do need to create a perfect square. So 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144. Okay. So I knew that I needed to make a perfect square. Now I need to know how many groups of 10 are there in 100. So I'm going to say 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So I know that 10 goes on the top. And then I do see that 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 1 more is also 10. And now I'm moving on to my next place value, which is my tens place. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 divided by 10 again is also 1. And to find my answer, I just need to add what's outside and on the top of my box. So that's 10, 11, 12. So my answer is 12. So there are 12 students on each team.